Okay, so you know how everybody does like those little packets of vitamins, like emergency and stuff when they're flying. That was one big challenge that we had. My husband does trade shows, and we were looking for a solution since you're in a confined space with people from all over the country who have brought all kinds of viruses and things with them. So this is what we found. Let me see if I can turn it here. So the Zip Fizz, it um, it is, I believe, sweetened with erythritol. Let me check the label. So it has caffeine, guava seed extract, green leaf tea, green coffee bean extract, grapeseed extract, grape skin extract. So it doesn't list any sweeteners at all on that. Citric acid, glucose polymers, sucralose. Okay, so sucralose is the primary sweetener. Sucralose is fairly, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't really stimulate insulin very much. You can look at indexes of sweeteners that cause a big release of insulin and that don't. And if you're not aware, part of the keto diet helps you because you cut back on how much insulin you get in your system. You're not insulin resistant anymore, and so then you don't end up becoming diabetic. And we'll talk about all that later. But the point is the Zip Fizz. So I'm going to turn the camera around again. Okay, so we're back here looking at the Zip Fizz. And so normally, when you go to like motels or just the drugstore, you get like you just get three of these little tubes for like $8 or $9. These are 30 for $30. So these are $1 each, so it's worth it, at least compared to the store. So we have, this one is an orange flavor, and then this one is a fruit punch. And then in the pack, the box of these, you get a third one, which is grape. Now, I react to purple dyes, apparently. I get a rash. It makes me cranky. So I gave my husband all the purple ones. So they also have a blackberry raspberry flavor, which sadly also has the purple dye that I can't have, but that's fabulous. But the 3-pack, the one you can always find at Costco, the orange, red, purple, that you get 10 of each. And it's always in the 3-pack, and I've never not seen that one at Costco. So then they also have specialty flavors. So here we have, this one is orange cream. So this comes 30 in the box. And this one tastes like the orange creamsicles, so it's pretty awesome. And then we have another one that came out, the black cherry, again, a specialty flavor. So there were 30 of those in the box. I've seen some others like lemon lime. I haven't tried those yet. So I haven't been too terribly adventurous, because if neither one of us likes the flavor, then it's a problem, and I'm not spending $9 to find out I don't like it, or $30 to find out I don't like it. So I brought a lot of these. We stash them every time we go. We try and build up a stash for his trade shows. Whenever I was feeling kind of sick at work, or like people around me were sick, I would do some of these. So what I like to do is I use the bottles of water, and this, I just drink down about this far in the bottle, pop this in, and shake it up. I've started adding MCT oil to this to give me a little bit of fats and a little bit of short chain fatty acids to get my brain function better. So that's one nice way to wake up in the morning, with a little caffeine and a little MCT oil. It's, if you don't like coffee, it's kind of like the bulletproof coffee, but with no coffee. So then the next thing from Costco is Dukes. These are great. They're beef sticks. They taste fabulous. There's no nitrates if you're nitrate sensitive. They say here 7 grams of protein, less than 1 gram of sugar. It's hard to find beef sticks that don't have a bunch of sugar added to them. So if we look at the label here, we can see that there's less than 1 gram of carbs. They call a serving 2 links. If this is my primary meal, I usually end up doing 4. But you can see here that it does have cane sugar, but it's less than 2% of the spices that contains the cane sugar. Now, before I started keto, I was eliminating processed sugars, so cane sugar was something that I was kind of okay with. So I was trying to go, I guess, more paleo. But on keto, it's like all I'm looking at is the carbs. So that's the main thing, and I'm looking for sneaky sweeteners that stimulate insulin. And cane sugar, I think on the index, sugar's like right around 60 on a scale of 1 to 100, I believe. A piece of white bread is 100 on a scale of 1 to 100. And then there are actually some sweeteners that go over 100 on the scale. So anyway, Dukes, because there's no nitrates, these are not going to survive long term without refrigeration. I have tried it. They get yucky. So my intent is for this month, I'm taking these for my lunch. And then when I hit the road, if I happen to have a refrigerator in the truck, I will go back to Costco and get more of these. Otherwise, I'll move on to individually packaged. But for this month, they're great. Okay, Costco almonds. Almonds do have a lot of carbs. These have sea salt. By the way, if you're doing keto, you need salt. You need lots and lots of salt because you're processing it out of your system. So almonds, my husband ate most of this. I don't like almonds that well, but this little bit in here is probably going to do me for this month. So almonds, a quarter cup of almonds has 6 grams of carbs. So don't go nuts on the almonds. My husband would actually count out when he was switching over to keto, he would count out his almond snack. I believe it was 24 almonds, so that he knew exactly how many carbs he was getting. So that's one way to handle it. I don't eat that many at a time, so I don't need to do that, but I'm gonna probably put a little handful into a baggie to take with me for class. Oh, by the way, this bag is 2.5 pounds of almonds for, I'm trying to do quick math. Math is failing me, I'm sorry. I believe it's about $11 or $12 for the bag of almonds at Costco. Okay, best discovery ever at Costco. Protein bars. It is so hard to find a bar that isn't loaded with all kinds of horrible things. Now, this is still a bar. It's still processed. It's not great, but it is definitely low carb. So they talk about 3 to 4 grams of net carbs. So the 3 to 4 is the chocolate brownie and the chocolate chip, the cookie dough. It really does taste like cookie dough. It is amazing. And then this new flavor I found in the single pack is the chocolate peanut butter chunk, which I think is my new favorite. Now I have eaten enough of these in the last couple months that the brownie and the cookie dough are not tasting as good to me anymore, but the new flavor was great. Right now I'm just looking to get sustenance into me for the training, and these I'm going to take on the road. These are totally going in the bag to go on the bus. So if we take a look here, I'm trying to get the label. You know, I think this label's too shiny. Let's see if the box has a label. But you get 20 bars for like $17. If I go to the vitamin shop, I think that was like Total Nutrition. I don't know. They have different names. But if you look at Vitamin Shop on the internet, you can see the other names. There I was getting boxes of 12 for $30. Here I'm getting a box of 20 for $17. So if you're just going for inexpensive, this is great. And yes, we do have nutrition on the box. Let's see if I can get the glare off of it. So I don't know if you're aware, but you read your carbs by you look at your total carbs. Now some people, they focus on total carbs and have to stop there. If that was the case, keto being 20 grams of carbs or less per day, this bar would be way over the top. But we're talking about net carbs. So the way they figure that is they take the total carbs minus the fiber and then minus the erythritol, because erythritol is not a sugar, it is a sugar alcohol. So when you subtract that out, then you get down to that 4 grams of carbs. And you can see here in the, sorry, I'm trying to hold it steady. We can see in the additional ingredients, I can recognize a lot of those things, so I'm not too worried about these. Some of the other bars that are also lower in carbs, they have unpronounceable chemical things. So we have erythritol and stevia as our primary sweeteners, and they actually balance each other very well, and I really like that.